lovely summer, SimsEclaire here and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are doing a bungalow style home in Oasis Springs. And I haven't actually built a bungalow style home for this save file yet. Most of my homes have been like super big, and the ones that haven't been big have all been in like this like really ultra modern style. So I'm kind of excited to be able to play around with a different style. Now this home isn't large and it's not very decorative either. My idea for the sim living here is that it was a single elderly sim, and she kind of acts as like a nanny for the other sims, for the kid sims who live in this area of town. So she lives right next to the police officer. They have a child. Across the street from her is the comedian who also has a child. And so I figured that she was probably just like the neighborhood nanny basically. And she had this cute little bungalow. She picked the kids up from school, or maybe the bus dropped them off at her house, and she had all these cute fun activities for kids to do. And some of the activities might seem a little outdated. They might be from some older packs, if you will, because she actually raised a child on her own when she was younger. She had her own daughter, and her daughter now lives in Willow Creek, but she stays connected to Oasis Springs. We'll get to her story personally when we get to my save file for Willow Creek, but she has already raised a child, so she has like all these leftover toys and stuff, and she really loves knitting and being around children. So yeah, that was kind of my idea for this sim. Now this build is 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and I kind of wish I had made it 2 bathrooms because the way that the floor plan ended up working out was that the bathroom was only accessible from the inside bedroom, or from inside the bedroom. So it's kind of like an ensuite, and then there is no like guest bathroom. So the kids have to go through her bedroom to get to the bathroom, which is a little weird. But considering it's such a small house, I figured she probably left all the doors open all the time anyway, and kind of just let the kids roam around and run around. So I figured that it would probably be okay. And if it bothers you, then you can always just delete the closet that I put in and add a door there instead. I was initially thinking I was going to have enough room for 2 bathrooms, which is why I made it an ensuite, and then I ended up not having the room. So I hope you guys don't mind. But right here, I kind of switched things up, and I've decided that I was going to decorate this front porch area before I did the rest of the house. I don't know why. I'm kind of like all over the place. Like my head is like really super spacey today. I just got home from work. So I kind of just built the front porch and then was like, I'm going to go ahead and decorate this. So basically I just used some Snowy Escape wall decorations merged with the Snowy Escape fountain. And I thought that would be a nice place for the nanny to go and sit and work on some of her knitting. Maybe a little bit later on in the day when the parents are coming to pick up their kids, she can sit out there and, you know, just observe the neighborhood and stuff like that. And then going into the landscaping, it's very simple. It's not as lush as some of her other neighbors. I didn't think this nanny had a lot of money. I definitely thought that her daughter was the one taking care of her, so her money was her grandmother's money, or it's her grandma. I can't remember exactly how I did the story. It's either her grandma or her mom, but she raised this sim, and I figured that she was trying to help the person who lives in Oasis Spring, or in Willow Creek, was trying to help her out now that she was old enough and had kind of a nice job. Let's just say she works with Nancy Landgrab, so the type of job is a little uncertain. But back here we are doing the back patio, and for a lot of these builds I've had some really nice like outdoor spaces, but since this is an elderly woman, I thought maybe she might want more of like an indoor outdoor space, so I have closed it off with some walls, and I just opened up one side of it because I thought it was looking a little too closed off for my liking, so I completely opened up one side. And then the back area here has some open archways, and I thought maybe the house was a little unfinished, like maybe initially there was supposed to be a pool there, but she ran out of money, or maybe just decided that she didn't want a pool now that she was, you know, a little bit older and she was gonna have all these kids around. And then now we are on to the inside. So the inside, I was thinking very much like Brindleton Bay, nifty knitting meets modern Oasis Springs-esque, if you kind of get what I'm feeling. I used a lot of cats and dogs in here because that pack really kind of just fits with the theme. I don't know, to me it matches like elderly with really well. I have 2 grandmothers who I spend a lot of time with, so being around them I kind of see a lot of furniture that reminds me of cats and dogs. But then I'm also using these more modern paranormal stuff pack furniture because they have the pillows and the throw blanket accents that kind of of make them feel a little bit older, but they still have that modern look to them. And then I'm also, like I said at the beginning, I'm going to be adding a whole bunch of kids clutter around the house, trying to make it look like she does have kids over a lot, because I definitely thought that that was her one and only job. She didn't really work anymore. She does have some gardening stuff out back, but we will get to that when we get to the exterior. And I'm adding some knitting stuff around. Like I said, I did think that she knitted. It was probably her favorite pastime besides watching the kids and helping out the other adults here in Oasis Springs. And I also thought that she probably watched the kids for free. So I was thinking that the parents who live in the, you know, less affluent area, the area where Johnny Zest lives, the more, I don't want to say poor area, but the poorer area, let's say. I definitely thought she would probably offer to watch them as well for less of a fee than what she watches the other kids for, because she really just loves watching and spending time with the kids in the neighborhood and basically feeling like she has some sort of a purpose. But right now we just finished up the dining room, and then I'm going into the very, very large kitchen with the country kitchen kit stuff, because I thought that it just matched the theme of this build. And I was a little bummed that I couldn't get this wood tone with some wood curtains, because the theme of the house is obviously yellow and blue, and so I was really hoping that I'd be able to find some blue curtains, but all of the blue curtains were matched with blue shelves as well, like blue wood tones, and I really didn't like how those looked. So I decided just to stick with this and then throw some pink in the mix, because I don't use a lot of the curtain shelving units, so I figured it would be okay. And then over here, this is where I start adding in some of the other items. So I realized I needed a stove, a refrigerator, a sink, obviously, to make this kitchen functional. So I went in and deleted some of the counters that I had placed and added in those objects. And then I'm also using the clutter from the country kitchen kit as well. And then also some nifty knitting plants and stuff just around, just to fill in some of the spaces on the counters. And I also add a pet bowl here because I imagined her having a cat. Now, I didn't give her a bathtub, so if you do want her to have a dog, you're gonna have to go ahead and change that. I believe a bathtub will fit as long as you place it on the far left-hand wall of the bathroom, which you'll see when we get to the bathroom. I'm pretty sure it'll fit if you did prefer for her to have a dog, but I imagined her kind of being like a crazy cat lady, so that's why I went with a cat. And then I'm putting an open book here on the shelf. I figured maybe she had some old recipes that she baked, or she liked to bake with the kids, so she wrote down some of the things that they did to help her remember. I thought that was just a cute idea. And then over here is the kids corner, so she has this old activity table that has the old paint on it, so it looks like it's definitely been used quite a few times. And then she has this puppet box theater, and then just a light and a plant over here just to kind of make it a little bit more decorative. And then I gave her a rocking chair and then a couple of cushions for the kids. I thought that she probably knitted while the kids put on their performances. She watched them, but she also focused on some of her knitting stuff as well. So I thought that was kind of a neat little touch. And then in here is her bedroom. So we have the cats and dogs dresser and then a base game bed, but the bed is unlocked through cheats or from gameplay. I usually just use my cheats though, because I don't do a lot of gameplay, which honestly I'm kind of missing it. I have this family that I was playing off camera for a while. It was my university sim Zuri, and she just had another baby, and I've been trying to get back to playing her, but I haven't had a lot of time, so maybe one day soon, hopefully, I will be able to get back to playing her. But now we're going over to the bed area, and I put up some of those nifty knitting decorations, and then I'm also just decorating the side tables with a couple of small things. And then in here is the bathroom. Like I said, I placed a shower. I wasn't quite sure about how to get a I didn't think that there was going to be a need for a bath here, let's put it that way, so I decided to go with a shower instead of a bathtub. And then I'm placing just a couple of decorations around just to make the bathroom look a little bit more homey. And then in here, or out here I should say, is the back patio. I get an outdoor dining table in case, her and the kids wanted to sit outside for the day if it was a really nice day. A nice little grill, and then I also end up doing a couple of planter boxes, so I decided to put this wall decoration up there. I thought maybe she spent some of her afternoons gardening if she wasn't watching the kids. But besides that, that is it for this build, so I hope you all enjoyed this one. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all next time. Bye!